Tonight, our invocation and pledge of allegiance is going to be given by Dr. Michael Thompson. Please stand.
Mighty God, we lift up our government leaders to you. Give them wisdom, integrity, and a heart for justice. Help them to lead with compassion and humility, always seeking the common good. Protect them from the temptations of power, selfish ambitions, and corruption, and guide them in making decisions that honor you. Refresh them as they lead and serve, and we pray they would be guided by the Holy Spirit. May our prayers support them in their roles and bring unity and cooperation for the betterment of our county. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Thompson, are there any agenda announcements this evening?
No announcements, thank you.
Thank you. Clerk Gummow, can you please call the roll?
Certainly. Thank you, Chairman. We will start with Mr. De La Trinidad.
Here.
Ms. Fellers.
Here.
Mrs. Gorel. Ms. Hansard. Here. Mr. Hoffman. Mr. Lindmark. Mr. McCarthy. Mr. McDonald. Mr. Neighbors. Here. Mr. Penny.
Here.
Mr. Scroll. Here. Mr. Sweeney.
Here.
Mr. Tassoni. Dr. Michael Thompson.
Here. Present.
Mr. Ray Thompson. Ms. Valdez.
Here.
Mr. Webster. Mr. Arena.
Here.
Mr. Booker.
Present.
Mr. Butita.
Here.
Chairman, 18 board members present, 2 board members absent.
Very good. We do have a quorum this evening. May I entertain a motion to allow Mr. Ray Thompson to join our body? We have Dr. Thompson and Mr. Penny. Ms. Valadez seconds that motion. Any discussion on allowing Mr. Thompson to join us? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Welcome, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you very much.
So next we have a public participation by Jennifer Kaiser. It's a request for oversight review of ROE's fiscal management and employment practices, public interest concerns requiring board oversight. I'm going to read a quick statement here. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes. Speakers may not address zoning matters which are pending before the ZBA, zoning committee, or the county board. Personnel matters or pending or threatened litigation may not be addressed in open session. An individual may speak a maximum of 3 times per calendar year on the same topic. This prohibition shall include the repetition of the same topic in a statement on what is purported to be a different topic. Personal attacks or inappropriate language of any sort will not be tolerated. Ms. Kaiser?
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Kaiser, an educator, grant administrator, and former school board member. I'm here about serious concerns regarding ROE 4, which impacts over 60,000 students and millions in programming across our region. These concerns aren't mine alone. Nearly 24 former employees have documented similar concerns. 8 have provided statements for the EEOC inquiry I filed. ROE 4's employment liability insurance skyrocketed from under $8,000 annually to nearly $55,000. That's a 700% increase. That's $47,000. That's an educator's salary. Going to insurance because external professionals recognize substantial risk. Despite these red flags, Roe persisted in defending violations. This spring, an administrative judge ruled against them. They appealed and lost a second time. They escalated to a board of review and lost a third time. They paid 8 attorneys to fight instead of fix, demonstrating a pattern of choosing litigation over correction. As a former board member, I recognize institutional collapse. At ROE4, there have been 4 HR directors under the current leadership. The finance oversight has been outsourced after the previous director resigned, citing serious violations of unemployment law. At Summit, there have been 4 executive directors in as many years, and RPS terminated their SOAR Academy partnership in less than a year, citing fiscal and programming concerns. The SEL Hub hemorrhaged staff at ROE4. 3 different directors, 2 assistant directors, 4 specialists, all gone, representing 100% turnover in 1 grant cycle. That's not turnover, that's systemic failure. I tried working with ROE4. I was ignored until I was retaliated against. So now I have initiated an EEOC inquiry, and I have contacted the Attorney General regarding transparency violations. But these processes take months, and our students can't wait. So my question tonight is, how can this board ensure that taxpayer funds support educational programs rather than defending violations and perpetuating dysfunction? I have substantial documentation to support the need for systemic improvements. My goal is simple: stable services for our students and a lawful workplace for ROE4 employees. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, may I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of August 14th and lay over the September 4th, 2025 minutes? We have a motion by Mr. De La Trinidad and a second by Mr. Hoffman. Is there any discussion on the approval or the layover of the minutes? Are there any board members opposed to the approval or the layover? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Next is the consent agenda that includes the raffle report and the auditor's report. May I entertain a motion, please? Mr. Booker motions to approve, seconded by Mr. Dr. Thompson. Is there any discussion on the raffle report or the auditor's report? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to either the raffle report or the auditor's report? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Next, there are no appointments to be read in this evening. Next are the reports of standing committees. The first is Finance Committee by Mr. Butita.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, we have a resolution authorizing execution of a collective bargaining agreement with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, Illinois Council 31, Local 473, in the Winnebago County Circuit Clerk, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Butita. Is there a second by Mr. Penny? Any discussion, Mr. Butita?
No, sir.
Any board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Mr. Butita.
And then we have the annual appropriation ordinance and old business we'll deal with now, sir.
Sure.
Okay. I move for the approval of the annual appropriation ordinance fiscal year 2026.
We have a motion by Mr. Butita for the annual appropriation ordinance. Do we have a second? A second by Mr. Penny. Mr. Sweeney. Any discussion, Mr. Butita?
So at this point, we have some amendments. Steve, do we have to read those in at this point?
I think that's a good idea, thank you.
Need to make a motion on that to bring them in.
Okay. I think everybody on their desk has a sheet of the changes in the appropriation ordinance.
Does everybody have a copy of those?
And they're very minor. So I move for passage of the amendment.
We have a motion to amend the annual appropriation ordinance. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Penny. Mr. Butita. Oh, I got to vote on that, correct? Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Ayes have it. Mr. Butita.
Okay, I move for the passage of the amended annual appropriation ordinance for 2026.
We have a question from Mr. Sweeney first. Mr. Sweeney?
Well, I was going to want to offer one additional amendment, but should I wait a second to this? Or is now a good time to offer the?
You can do it now, she said.
I'll second this, but then I'd like to make one additional amendment to the budget.
Okay.
If I might. So I had brought this up, in caucus, and I've had good conversations with Valerie Hansard and some others in the Democrat caucus. I'd like to also mention I talked to you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Schultz, Mr. Thompson. And basically is that in the budget meetings between the State's Attorney's Office and the Public Defender's Office, that in years past there hasn't been parity between the starting wages of those attorneys starting off in their careers in those offices, even though they have the same degree, same education, but they're working for the criminal justice system, which we don't govern, but we fund. And I just think that spend your money on what you value, and we should value both sides of that coin the same. And so I'm appreciative in your budget discussions that you did achieve the request of Mr. Zimmerman, the public defender, to have the equal starting pay occur starting in this year. The outlier would be that the cost of living negotiated for the non-bargaining unit employees in the state's attorney's office are in fact higher than the public defender's office. And my motion then, just to make things truly at parity and the same, is that we amend the budget to read that the cost of living adjustments in the public defender's office be that equal to that of the state's attorney's office. That's my motion.
Okay, so Mr. Sweeney motions. Is there a second to Mr. Sweeney's motion? Ms. Fellers, is there any discussion
Chairman.
on Mr. Sweeney's?
So it's my understanding from Mr. Schultz that this amendment will result in a very, very minor change financially for us. So I'm in agreement with the amendment.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Butita. Any board members opposed to Mr. Sweeney's motion? Oh,
Question, thank you.
yes, go
Thank you,
ahead.
Mr. Chairman. Just curious what that cost of living is what's the difference?
Mr. Schultz?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the state's attorney had recommended a 4% cost of living adjustment plus the 1% longevity for those that would be eligible based on their employment. So if you're 3 years or more, you get the 1% longevity. And the public defender actually, when we looked at the details, had one of the two budgets that they have. They have a budget in the Public Safety Sales Tax Fund and a budget in the General Fund. One of those two was at 4% already. The second one was at 3.5%. And so it's really a minor, it's an $8,000 difference based on what was published. And as I shared with Mr. Sweeney earlier today, because of attrition and open positions, we'll have no difficulty giving direction to Mr. Zimmerman to give the 4% plus the 1% longevity and be well within budget.
Mr. Sweeney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And just to be clear, I mean, I know we're talking about a lot of money, but it's just a change rooted in principle. I mean, once, excellent attorneys in both offices can be given meritorious promotions by their superiors, and I agree with that completely, but I think we should be saying the same thing to both sides of the coin when it comes to the actual scale and structure of how those departments are compensated, so.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. Any further discussion on Mr. Sweeney's amendment? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to Mr. Sweeney's amendment? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Butita.
So we've already moved to
Yeah.
approve the amended,
Right.
need to vote on
So we have the,
Oh, okay. Well, I move to approve the amended
right.
ordinance, correct? Yeah.
Yes, so there's a motion now by Mr. Butita to approve the amended appropriation ordinance. We have a second by Mr. Penny. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Thank you.
And that's all we have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll go to the zoning committee. Mr. Webster.
Good evening. Your zoning committee has 3 items before us tonight. All these are in, they've been for a 2-week layover, so they're up for a vote this evening. The first item, A, on your agenda is SU 0325. That's a special use permit for a mining operation. This is in County Board District 2, and this is in Rockton. And this came from the Zoning Board of Appeals with approval and unanimously, and it came that way as well from Zoning Committee. And I would move to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Webster for the special use permit. Do I have a second? Mr. Tassoni seconds that motion. Mr. Webster, any discussion?
Not on my part, thank you.
Very good. Any board member discussion on the special use permit? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to the, Ms. Fellers?
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Webster, it says that it was approval with ZBA conditions. Do you have a quick idea of what those conditions were? You can tell me after the meeting as well, but I was just curious what those conditions were.
The conditions?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have them here in front of me, but Ashley might be able to help us. Do you have the conditions?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have the list of conditions with me, but they cover things like hours of operation,
Signage.
yeah, things of that nature. But I can absolutely get you a copy after the meeting if you would like.
Great, thank you. Hours of operation was really my only concern.
They are addressed.
Very good.
One of the last things on all of the petitions there, our last statement is it's kind of a boilerplate statement that says this zoning will abide by all state, local, federal, anybody else that wants to weigh in on it, in other words, any other entity. And so just because we approve it at our level, they still have to get clearance normally through, say, the health department or the township highway commissioner or all these other entities that may weigh in.
The EPA.
Yes. So we put that in there to cover ourselves, the county, okay? Thank
Mr.
you.
Arena?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So to the point of the conditions in the zoning committee meeting, there was a conversation about enforcement of these conditions. And just for the record, I just like Ms. Board to confirm that the conversation there was that staff was going to be very proactive in ensuring that this site is adhering to the conditions of their permit. Have we already begun the process?
Ms. Spore?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Staff will be actually going to the site next week to confirm that progress has been made with regards to the fencing that was brought up in question. They were given 30 days from the date that if the special use is to be renewed, that they can start applying for other things. But the fence, they said that they would start working on. So we will be out actually next week to inspect to see what progress, if any, has been made.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any further questions pertaining to this special use permit? There are none. Are there any board members opposed to this special use permit? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Webster?
Thank you. I would just only add to that came with conditions, and that's how this discussion started. All board members all get the same information packet that committee members and zoning board of appeals members. And with that comes the conditions as well. So if we read our zoning board of appeals minutes, you'll see they're in that body of evidence there. Excuse me, thank you. Okay, B and C on your schedule here are companion pieces, you might say, and we'll vote on them separately, though. So B is V0225. That's a variance of section 4.11 to allow a front yard, excuse me, a front yard building setback of 19 feet instead of the required 60 feet. And this came from the Zoning Board of Appeals with approval And the vote count on that was 4 to 3. Wait a minute here. 4 to 1, thank you. Excuse me, I just recently had eye surgery and I'm a little blurry here. So I would move to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Webster. Do we have a second? By Ms. Fellers and Ms. Valdez, seconds that motion. Mr. Webster.
Thank you. I haven't.
Any discussion on your part?
No, not for me.
Very good. Any board member discussion? Ms. Valdez.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I just wanted to thank everybody that has taken interest in this item. The constituents, neighbors, I just wanted to let everyone know this is in my district. The neighbors are all in favor of this project. They do know the constraints. They know what's being asked. They are on board, and so I just wanted to make that again known to everybody that I do support this item as well as the neighbors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Valdez. Any further discussion on this variance? Yes, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Due to my relationship with the petitioner, I'm going to abstain on this item and the next item.
Very good, thank you. Any further discussion on this variance? Ms. Fellers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to echo Ms. Valdez's comments on the property. This property was previously in my district. I'm very familiar with this neighborhood, but I'm also very familiar with the neighbors. I know them socially and also as constituents. And I can echo Ms. Valdez's statement that they are very much in favor of this project and are fans of it. So I hope that everyone will vote yes. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Fellers. Any further discussion? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this variation? Hearing none, please cast
I
the...
am.
Oh, Mr. Webster is opposed. Please cast a yes for all remaining board members. Mr. Webster.
Okay, the next item is V 0325, and that's a variance of section 23.8.3.A3 to allow additional driveway access points for single family, and it's the same PIN numbers are 1217-128-012 and 013. That's in Rockford Township. And this one came with a recommendation of denial from the Zoning Board of Appeals. And like the like the previous petition, there are conditions. Thank you. And I move to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Webster. We have a second by Ms. Valdez. Discussion, Mr. Webster?
Not on my part, thank you.
Board member discussion. Mr. Penny.
Just for clarity, so if the motion is to carry out the recommendation of denying it?
No, I think
Okay.
because the ZBA was denied, but the committee was approved.
Got it. Okay.
So the motion on the floor is to approve. Correct? Yeah. Mr. Sweeney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And it should also be noted for the record, too, that the zoning, while the ZBA did deny it by a 3-4 margin, that the zoning committee also approved this equally as from a 5-1 margin, just like the previous issue. And I guess that's kind of humorous that this, in my prior service on the board, this property was also in my former county board district. So this property has had quite a number of events over the last couple of decades, but I'm also in support of it. Yes, it is tied to the prior issue, but it just should be noted that we as board members can make our subjective opinions based off the data given to us. And quite frankly, I would disagree adamantly with the one ZBA board member in particular that changed their mind from item B to item C, because what they're trying to say is that constructing in a floodplain or a garage to store your vehicles and whatnot is not a hardship. And I think that most reasonable people clearly believe that constructing in a floodplain, it is a hardship. And that's without even mentioning that, there's already a curb cut for access on this particular pin that predates this gentleman even owning the property. On top of that, it's in an area where there are several, including my own parents who live on Brookview Road, several properties that have driveways that meet at 2 points on Brookview Road. This is a unique property. It's set back. It's almost like the Laurent house, or not Laurent house, the Frank Lloyd Wright house on Spring Brook. It's a very, very unique property in a neighborhood full of other unique properties on a massive lot. So it fits the character, conforms to the character, and everything like that. I'm zeroing in on this notion that people would argue that a floodplain is not a hardship when it clearly is. So I hope that we grant this gentleman his property rights, since the government already said with item B that they could do part of the project. Let's let them finish the project properly.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. Further board member discussion? Mr. Penny?
Yeah, I'll add to it. We had very good discussion in our caucus on Monday night, and it prompted me to dig into it quite a bit and drive through the subdivision back there. Had not been back there in a long time, probably better part of 15, 20 years. It is a very unique neighborhood where you have several houses either sitting on top of each other, and then you hit green space and you hit all types of entry points on several properties. I will commend Ashley and her team for putting together a lot of different pieces of, I'll say, debatable material that we could take a look at and decide from there and kind of get an educated opinion. But at the end of the day, if you drive through that neighborhood, it is a very unique neighborhood that is not your traditional, I would say, setup within a city or county that most are used to. And it's kind of normal where things are out of the norm. So for that reason, I'll be supporting it.
Thank you, Mr. Penny. Further board member discussion? Mr. Webster?
Yeah, just a couple of comments here. Much has been said about the floodplain. You are perfectly legal to build on a floodplain. All the houses along that road, on that side over there, are in a floodplain. And guess what? The houses are built on the floodplain. So there's not a reason you can't build a garage on the floodplain. So I want to clear that up. And then as far as the setback goes, the variance for that is a variance from a 60-foot setback to 19 feet. So that's no small amount. Usually on a setback variance, someone might be asking for 10 feet, 16 feet, whatever, but we're looking at a 41-foot setback. That's not in rhythm or rhyme with all the other homes on that stretch. And so as far as the garage itself, the applicant's looking for a 4-car garage. No other homes on that road have a 4-car garage. So that's a huge variance from that. Most have 2, several have 3-car garages. And so when we look at it on the whole, does that kind of fit in? I mean, zoning is like a puzzle. There's a lot of parts to it, see what fits and where it fits. And this one is just out of touch with the rest of the community there.
Thank you. Ms. Goro?
One thing I would like to know is how many of the residents have come out against this? Were they at the ZBA at all? None of them has said a word about it, because like Mr. Penny said, this is a unique situation over there. All the houses are a little different, setback more, setback front. And so why would we deny something if the surrounding neighbors don't care? I mean, it's okay for them, so why would it not be okay for us?
Ms. Valdez,
Otherwise,
do you know the
if
answer?
it wasn't, we would have had 100 people in that ZBA protesting this.
Ms. Valdez?
Thank you so much. I do just want to point out for clarification that we are not voting on the garage anymore. We already voted on that item. We are voting on the driveway access point, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page as to what we were currently voting on. And again, I just wanted to echo what my other members have said. This is supported by the neighbors. We've just granted them the ability to build the garage, so if we could grant them the ability to build the driveway that goes up to the garage, that would be much appreciated. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Valdez. Thank you, Ms. Gorel. Any further discussion? Yes, Ms. Fellers?
Yes, I wanted to speak, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to speak to a couple of points that were made by Member Webster. While it is legal to build on a floodplain, Spring Creek is subject to flooding, and in order to build on a floodplain, you are required to actually backfill into that floodplain and create an area for the water to be diverted somewhere else. And there are a lot of vulnerable properties in this area, including the treasure of Anderson Gardens, which is right down the creek. This neighborhood does have a lot of a floodplain, and if we were to ask the owner of this property to have a detached garage instead of an attached garage, and I know we've already voted on that, it would be a hardship, and we'd be looking at destroying more wetland property and more of the floodplain. And so it also says to me that there's a curb cut, meaning a place for a driveway to go, already there. I believe it was the intent of city planners for there to be a driveway there. I don't understand why this would need to have a variance, but I understand that it does. And I would hope that everyone would support it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fellers. Any further discussion? Mr. Lindmark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't think Mr. Webster can answer this question, but maybe you can. Afa, are we setting ourselves up for some sort of lawsuit if we deny another property that wants to go to similar setbacks? I know we already voted on it, but this dual use for the driveway, dual entry, is this possible to set ourselves up for lawsuits in the future?
Thank you, Chairman. Unfortunately, Mr. Lemmer, I can't predict if we will get sued on a similar matter. I'm aware that zoning staff has fully vetted it in addition to ZBA and zoning committee. So I can't really answer that question.
I was just concerned about setting a new precedent.
Yeah, it's case by case basis, so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lindmark. Any further questions? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this variation?
Me.
So we have several. Clerk Gummo, can you please call the roll on this variance?
Ms. Fellers? Yes. Mrs. Gorel? Yes. Ms. Hansard? Yes. Mr. Hoffman? Yes. Mr. Lindmark? Mr. McDonald? Mr. Neighbors? Mr. Penny?
Yes.
Mr. Scroll?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney? Yes. Mr. Tassoni?
Yes.
Dr. Michael Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Valdez?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
No?
Mr. Arena? Mr. Booker? Mr. Butita? Mr. De La Trinidad?
Yes.
Dr. Michael Thompson?
Yes.
Chairman, that's 14 yes, 4 no, 1 absent, 1 abstained.
The variance fails. It needed 15 votes.
Failed.
Correct. Mr. Sweeney.
I'm asking Lafa a question. Is it too late for me to change my vote? That?
A motion to reconsider? That's
To make a motion to reconsider, I would have to be on the prevailing side of the issue,
Right.
correct? So could I change my vote to a no?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
I would say, Chairman Shirelli, you could make a ruling ultimately,
I don't think so.
allow it or not.
You want to change it to no? Yeah, just give me a minute. I don't think so, though.
Just give us a second.
I initially voted yes, but I'm asking if I can change my vote to a no.
Since our state's attorney is not 100% sure and it's pretty confusing language, I'm going to rule in favor to allow you to change your vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And
Please.
if I could explain to my colleagues the reason why I'd like to change my vote,
Yes.
that Mr. McCarthy is absent tonight because he's not feeling well, and I spoke with him, and I know that he's in favor of this. And were he here, this tax-paying constituent of Winnebago County would not have been denied his property rights by this board tonight. And I also know that in parliamentary procedure, if you're on the prevailing side, you can make a motion to reconsider. So I'm changing my vote no, so I can make a motion to reconsider this item so that we can make a motion to lay it over.
So the motion to reconsider needs a vote, correct? So we need a second to motion to consider by Mr. Penny. Any discussion on the motion to reconsider?
Was there a second on that?
Mr. Penny.
Okay, he made the motion and then was there a second?
Mr. Penny. Sweeney made the motion,
and
Penny. Is there any opposition to the motion to reconsider? Yes? Opposed? Mr. Thompson?
I do have a question before we go further,
Okay.
and I wanted a matter of record. John, is this some type of a political ploy that we're playing right now? Is it some kind of a game? That people aren't voting, but they really want to vote because they don't think it's right because they've been told it's not right? I would like an answer to that as a matter of record.
Well, Mrs. Girl, I have a concern. I would say that in the Republican caucus meeting, which is a public meeting, that the comment was made by the zoning committee chairman that the petitioner lives in a Democrat district, and why would we want to make that particular member look good to their constituent? And that is a concern of mine. I don't think that that is correct. I'm not going to say that's the entire motive, but that was certainly said on the record. And either way, we would have 15 votes for this issue if Mr. McCarthy was here tonight. And then I just don't think it's right for this gentleman to be denied his rights.
Chairman,
Mr. Webster?
I want to follow up on what Angie said.
Ms. Gorel, did you have a follow-up? No. Go ahead, Mr. Webster.
Yeah, what Angie said, that got me to thinking too, so as opposing to what they say, let the chips fall, you made a maneuver specifically to get another bite at the apple, so to speak. And this makes me wonder now, is this gonna open up the bag of tricks here for the next time something happens? If we can't accept the vote as it came down, whether we liked it or not, okay?
Thank you. Ms. Quorum?
I'm sorry, but I know many times that we do, that certain parties do have a habit of voting as a pack. And I know that happens on our board, and that's a sin. We should be voting for the individual. We had no one complain about this, and yet we're saying no. Now, that's a whole neighborhood that had the opportunity to come and vote against it because everyone got notice on it. I'm sure that our zoning department made sure everyone got notice. They all knew what was happening, and yet no one showed up. Now, I'm sorry. If this is, I get tired of this because of the unevenness of the votes here, and that you have the opportunity to do something like this and change a vote. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with this. I have to speak my piece, and I want it on recorded.
Ms. Valdez?
Thank you for allowing me to speak. For this zoning matter, the fact that politics are coming into play at all and what political party I am versus what political party others may be is disgraceful. This is a property owner's right to make improvements on his property without what side of the aisle his particular representative is. Where I sit should not impact my constituents. This vote is supposed to be what is for the betterment of the community, what is for the betterment of the property holder, what will allow us to not be liable for any safety hazards and to make sure that this is truly the best decision for the county. The fact that politics are coming into play at all on this matter is just beyond me. So I would implore everybody, when making votes on items that are for individual property owners, that we recall that this has nothing to do with the politics at hand. Thank you.
Ms. Fellers?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, I'd like to address the comments by Mr. Webster. I understand that Mr. Webster is upset that we may reconsider this vote, but under typical and very normal parliamentary procedures, there are two mechanisms to reconsider a vote, at least two. One is to rescind and one is to reconsider. One happens this meeting, one happens another. And so this is very common practice. It is usual and responsible to sometimes make different decisions when we get better information. And so people have an opportunity to change their mind when they get better information. And so I do support Mr. Sweety's motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lindmark first.
Yeah, first of all, I don't appreciate being telling me why I voted the way I did. It was not a political reason. The ZBA denied this motion, so I followed the ZBA. Plus, I'm concerned with setting a new precedent and what we're up against in the future. And that's the reason I voted no. It had nothing to do with politics. Thank you very much.
Mr. Arena?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I disagree with questioning Mr. Webster's motives. I've known him for the entire time I've been on the board, as the chair of zoning, to have strong opinions about how that proceeds. And I know on this matter, when it was in committee, his conversations at that time were about the philosophy of zoning and what we should be doing and shouldn't be doing. And I think that that's at the core of why he's an advocate for his position. I also, see all kinds of votes happen on this board that are, partisan in nature. So I don't think that that's something that should be surprising to anyone. But I think on this vote, you had a mix of Republicans and Democrats voting, well, at least on our side, that were split. So I don't know that this is necessarily a political thing. It should be about the issue. And personally, I'm on the zoning committee. I have more reservations about the prior vote for the setbacks than I did about the curb cut. And I probably could have went either way, but I voted for it. And I think Mr. Webster also makes a good point about, you know, how much do we want to utilize parliamentary procedure to undo an action that took place? You know, maybe that's fine, and maybe that's just what we want to do, but I think him raising that question for us to think about is completely appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Booker.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, I voted yes in committee for this, but it also gave me time since our committee meeting to research it, to look at it, to talk to zoning staff, and I've considered precedent. This was a personal decision of mine tonight. And it was based on my own research. We never got together. We never made phone calls that, hey, we all have to vote this way or another way. That just didn't happen. It has to do with my concern with precedent. Precedent involving the Zoning Board of Appeals voting against it. Precedent of the setback. And if anyone else in the county, yeah, it might fit in this neighborhood, but if anyone else in the county had the same permit, the same request, and we denied them when we allowed this one, I think we'd be setting ourselves in the jackpot there. So, yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that my decision tonight was personal, had nothing to do with anybody making phone calls or teaming up to vote one way or another. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Booker. Any further discussion on the motion to reconsider?
Chairman?
Out of order.
Chairman?
Point of order.
Okay. There's a point of order, and we're going to call the vote. Oh, call the question?
Question.
I thought that's it.
Wrap it up. Call the question.
Very good. So, yeah, call the question.
Call the question and then move forward to the vote. Yes, thank you, Lafa.
All in favor for me to call the question? Okay. Sounds like we have a consensus on the call the question. Are there any board members opposed to the motion to reconsider? Hearing none, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Sweetie.
I'd like to make a motion to lay this over.
We have a motion and a second by Ms. Fellers, Valdez, Hanser to lay this over. Any discussion on the layover? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to the layover? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Webster.
Thank you. I'm fine with all of that. I just want to make one more comment, though, about this. Had this been voted on at our last meeting, because you wanted to suspend and vote on it at the last meeting, if this would have come out the same way, I just wonder, would you want, or Sweeney would be making the same type of thing if it had gone one way or another? I'll let that lay there. But the other thing is what Mr. Booker said, and it reminded me of this, about the layover business. Specifically, the reasons that we lay this stuff over for the 2 weeks is so you get time to do your research and see which way you want to vote on that, because your initial, at first blush, might be you're all for it or against it. But then if you do your own research, that might change your mind one way or another, as it has in the past for others. And so I just want to mention to you there that this has brought more discussion about zoning than we've had in a very long time. And this underscores the reason why we're going to have a meeting following our next zoning committee meeting. Then we're going to have a listen and learn session. And I really, truly hope that all of you come and listen and learn and ask your questions of the State's Attorney's Office, of the staff and so forth, and ask them why we do what we do. What's the mechanics of doing this zoning? And the comments, we all know that we have our property rights, correct. But just like having your driving rights, there's a code about how fast you can drive. If you break the speed limit, it's going to write down, that you broke the speed limit under code number whatever. You might think that 30 miles an hour is not enough. It's up to you to go 60. It's the same way with land issues, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Webster.
So I hope to see you all at that meeting.
Mr. Penny.
That is nowhere near accurate, and I'm just a couple misnomers on personal investigations and how we justify how we get to something. You're talking about speed limits, which is set laws. What we have is building codes, which is a basis to start from, and that's why they're called things like special applications, so we can apply to have variances across the county. They do not open us up for any type of lawsuits. It is a case-by-case basis that is completely siloed and will remain completely siloed. It is not something that is going to open up to lawsuits. Things that do open us up to lawsuits is when we go against state code for things like solar, or when we go against federal or state code for a variety of things. These are siloed for every single case that comes through here. So that, I just had to throw, there's so many misnomers that I'm hearing between a couple of colleagues of mine, like being in construction my entire career, there's so many inaccuracies right now being talked about. That's all I got.
Thank you,
You
Mr.
missed the
Penny.
point. We have codes for criminal.
Mr. Webster.
We have codes for municipal.
We
have
can
codes for
discuss,
zoning.
yeah, we can discuss this at the zoning committee. I think it'd be more appropriate. We'll move on with this.
Come to the next meeting, you may learn something, Penny.
Mr. Webster, all right, let's everybody calm down. All right, Mr. John Sweeney, Economic Development Committee.
Well, good evening, everybody. The Economic Development Committee has one resolution tonight. That is a resolution granting authority to the Winnebago County Board Chairman to execute the documents necessary to complete a loan for $50,000 from the revolving loan fund to the Meadows of Durand LLC, otherwise known as Meadows, and I move for its adoption.
Mr. Sweeney moves to adopt. Mr. Lindmark seconds that motion. Any discussion, Mr. Sweeney?
Not for me, sir.
Any board member discussion on this resolution? Ms. Fellers?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry to be so talkative tonight to my colleagues. Do you know what district this grant is going to? What district Durand is?
Durand is...
Is it Mr. Webster's district?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions on the resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to granting this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Sweeney.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. Operation Administrative Committee, we got Mr. Arena.
Good evening. The Operations and Administrative Committee has two resolutions tonight. The first is the resolution awarding replacement of third-floor air handler at adult probation using CIP 2026 funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Arena and second by Mr. Penny. Ms. Fellers, is there any discussion, Mr. Arena?
The amount of this expenditure is $98,230, and it is under budget by $21,770.
Very good. Any board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Arena.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The second resolution is awarding repairs to the outdoor warning sirens countywide using CIP 2026 funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Arena. Do we have a second by Ms. Hansert? Is there any discussion, Ms. Arena?
So this is the second phase of repairs on the tornado sirens. Once this work is complete, the entire array of sirens should be functioning correctly, and after that, it will just be a matter of ongoing maintenance.
Very good. Any further discussion on this resolution? Ms. Gorel?
Since we go through this year after year, it would be nice if we put it in the budget so that it's done on a regular basis. Otherwise, it costs us too much because they break down. We don't know about it until we have something like this. And we should really include this in our budget and have them inspected on a regular basis. This is very important, maybe not to me in the city of Rockford, but to those in the rural areas that are out in fields and every place else. This is very important for them. They need to know when the weather is changing and in their area and what's happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Valdez?
Thank you. I just wanted to sincerely thank everybody in the Sheriff's Department that worked on this, specifically Mr. Saganek. I know that you guys did a lot of work on this. I was in the operations meeting when they discussed how far they've come, and I just wanted to say thank you for keeping our constituents safe. I know that they, especially in the rural areas, rely on this, so I just wanted to say thank you for my appreciation.
Thank you. Mr. Penny?
The only comment I'm going to give is I know there's been debate on whether these work, don't work, important, not important. I, for one, do not sit on the weather app. They come in very handy where I live. I hear them. I hear the testing. I definitely value the importance of what these sirens bring for our community.
Thank you, Mr. Penny. Further discussion on this resolution?
Mr. Chairman? if I
Yes.
may. To respond to Ms. Gorel's comments, we are going to have this as a discussion item on the next Operation Committee agenda, the maintenance aspect of it. So it is going to be formalized, and I think that's what happened with them falling into disrepair, that we weren't attentive to that annual maintenance, and now, due to the circumstances that happened, we will be.
Thank you, because it's been neglected since they put them up.
Right, yeah.
And so they really, that's a lifeline to a lot of people. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Very good. Are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Arena?
That concludes our report.
Thank you. We have Public Works Committee, Mr. Tassoni. You sure? Very good. All right, we got Public Safety and Judiciary Committee, Mr. Lindmark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have two resolutions tonight. The first one is a resolution accepting the award and authorizing the chairman of the Winnebago County Board to execute agreement with Illinois Arts Council Creative Project 2026. And I so move.
Moved by Mr. Lindmark. Do we have a second? By Mr. Scroll. Do we have any discussion, Mr. Lindmark?
Just it's a $12,000 cost. It's funded by the Illinois Arts Council, no cost to the county.
Very good. Any discussion by board members on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Lindmark.
We have a resolution accepting the award and authorizing the chairman of Winnebago County Board to execute agreement with the state of Illinois and the Attorney General of the state of Illinois for the Organized Retail Crime Grant Program, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Lindmark. Do we have a second by Mr. Hoffman? Any discussion, Mr. Lindmark?
Not from me.
Board member discussion? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Hearing none, we'll cast a yes for all members present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This concludes our report.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Lindmark. We've already done the unfinished business. We'll move on to new business. Is there any new business in front of the board this evening? Very good. Announcements and communications. Clerk Gamal.
Thank you, Chairman. The items listed below were received as correspondence.
Very good. Announcements, communications. No? Oh. Announcements, communications. I'd just like to say one thing, that I want to thank the Rockford Fire Department. I want to thank the Sheriff's Department. I want to thank all the first responders. In recent months, I've had several deaths in my family, that they were very helpful, not only trying to revive family members, but also the comfort level that was given by both those agencies. So my debt of gratitude, and you guys deserve all the all the gratitude. It's because of your training, and it's because of your compassion of what you do, and your strength in the time of need for family. So I thank you very much. Any other communications? Mr. Butita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry, I was remiss when I was up there negotiating the amended ordinance that I failed to mention. The board should have a bit of gratitude to all the county employees involved in the budget process, which is a huge undertaking every year, and especially for our CFO who leads that effort, Mr. Schultz.
Very good, thank you. Any other communications? Hearing none, Mr. Webster had his hand up to motion to adjourn. Is there a second by Dr. Thompson? All in favor say aye.